Greetings everybody and welcome back into the channel. Today's video is an absolute banger. We're going to be taking a look at Nuno Espirito Santo'S setup at Nottingham Forest and how his magical 4-2-3-1 has took Nottingham Forest to 5th in the English Premier League. Now Nuno's 4-2-3-1 formation focuses on creating a stable and flexible structure to facilitate ball progression from defence to attack. The four defenders provide a solid backline with the fullbacks often pushing up to offer width. The two holding midfielders play a crucial role, acting as a pivot to distribute the ball and shield the defence. The three attacking midfielders positioned centrally and on the wings aim to exploit spaces between the opposition lines, supporting the lone striker who leads the attack. This formation allows for versatility in passing options, with the team able to switch play, build through the centre or exploit the wide areas, making it effective for controlling possession and launching varied attacking moves. Espirito Santo'S Nottingham Forest often takes the direct approach in the build-up, frequently opting for early long balls to target the striker Chris Wood. Rather than building through short passes, Nottingham Forest's strategy aims to bypass the midfield and immediately create pressure on the opposition backline. By sending balls up to Wood, who is skilled in holding up play and winning aerial duels, they establish a platform from which Forest can quickly transition into attacking phases. This tactic not only leverages Wood's physical presence, but also keeps the opposition on permanent alert, disrupting the defensive structure and allowing Nottingham Forest's supporting players to move into advanced areas. When it comes to defending, Nottingham Forest will set up in a mid-press. This setup requires a careful balance between pressing high and maintaining defensive solidity. The two central midfielders play a crucial role, acting as the primary shield in front of the back four, while also supporting the press when the team looks to regain possession. The front four must press aggressively, cutting off passing lanes and forcing the opposition into mistakes. The back four stays compact, with full-backs responsible for covering wide areas while the centre-backs maintain a solid shape. Overall, the success of defending in this formation hinges on coordinated pressing, quick transitions and disciplined positioning to avoid being exposed in the central areas. In conclusion, Nuno Espirito Santo'S influence on Nottingham Forest tactics is becoming increasingly clear. His approach blends structured defensive resilience with selective offensive opportunities, creating a team that is difficult to break down and capable of capitalising on counter-attacks. The use of fluid formations, compact midfield and well-timed pressing reflects his trademark strategies designed to maintain control and frustrate the opposition. Nuno's tactical philosophy brings a disciplined, adaptable edge to Nottingham Forest, allowing the team to navigate matches strategically and exploit chances when they arise. As his ideas take root, Forest supporters can look forward to a season where strong organisation and calculated play define the club's performances. The tactical blueprint positions Nottingham Forest as a formidable opponent and one that's primed to adapt and compete effectively under Nuno Espirito Santo. We will look at the tactical approach from the Man United trip away, where they did set up in Nuno's 4-2-3-1. Straight away from the attack, we can see Chris Wood very much dropping into what I like to call the Harry Kane position. Not scared to drop a little bit deeper, collect the ball, put himself about the field and distribute the ball accordingly. Chris Wood, very physical, very dangerous and absolutely potent this season, winning the penalty box. The three attacking midfielders, you can see they really epitomise what Nuno Espirito Santo is trying to do. Hard work, determination, desire, grit. They have the lot and you can see how much ground they do cover. Forcing turnovers, forcing mistakes and really putting the pressure on from the front. The two centre midfielders now in Anderson and Yates, they are going to act as that shield in front of the defence. As the wing backs look to get forward, it's going to be down to these two guys to sit in, break up play, win possession back and spring attacks going forward. Both the fullbacks will look to stay as wide as possible, offering that space, bringing width to the game, stretching play and getting forward as often as possible, looking for them overlaps. The two centre-backs in Milenkovic and Murillo have been absolutely fantastic this year for Nuno Espirito Santo, for Nottingham Forest, and they're really putting up a brick wall in the centre of that defence, shutting down the opposition, doing old school defending, clearing the ball from danger and protecting that goal at all costs. So when we head over to FM24 to set this tactic up, we know exactly what we have to do. Set up, defensively sound, structured in our play, aggressive in and out of possession, swift on the counter-attacks, and absolutely deadly in front of goal. So we are on FM24 and we have now indeed set up the Nuno Espirito Santo'S setup here at Nottingham Forest, and you can see the tactical style is going to be a fluid counter-attack with a cautious mentality. We really want to look to defend first, defend well, break at speed, and hopefully be absolutely clinical in front of goal as they've proved this season. Now in possession, we have an attacking width of wide as we could possibly get it, with the fullbacks then looking to overlap on the left and the right side, as the wingers are sitting a little bit more narrowly towards Morgan Gibbs-White in that cam role. That in turn creating a little bit of space in them wide areas as our fullbacks bomb on. Now the passing directness, we have opted for standard. We want to have the option to go a little bit shorter if we want, but also on the flip side of that coin, if we see an opportunity to spring the ball forward, be a little bit more direct in our play, the players aren't going to be scared to ping one down the channels. The tempo is going to be set at slightly higher. Obviously, in a counter-attacking team, you want to move that ball a little bit quicker. So we're going to get that with a slightly higher tempo. Now, on the dribbling, we've got run at defence. When you've got players like Callum Hudson-Odoi, Jota Silva, Morgan Gibbs-White, when the ball is at their feet, they can drive at defenders and really cause endless amounts of problems. Now, there is one thing I actually want to change on that. I think it's really going to suit us down to the ground on the crosses if we can float them in with the power up top of Chris Wood, his aerial ability. We really will get the best out of them floaty crosses, and I think that's pretty much what Nottingham Forest do. Put the ball up high, and more often than not, Chris Wood is either going to win that header and get it on towards goal, or flick it on to one of the attacking midfielders coming on to the end of it. On the transition, we are going to counter-press the opposition with the attackers and the centre midfielders, but our defence really looking to sit in and keep it very, very shored up at the back. But when the possession has been won, yes, we are going to spring at speed, which is what they've been doing so well all season. Now, on the goalkeeper, we're going to distribute the ball quickly when he is in possession of the ball, take long kicks, and we're going to absolutely pump it up the top to Chris Wood, who we know is going to cause massive, massive problems for any opposition defence, putting them under some pressure, forcing mistakes, forcing turnovers, and really being an absolute menace on the opposition back line. Now on the out of possession, we've got a high press from all four of the attacking players, but the two centre midfielders and the back four are going to drop a little bit deeper, have that lower defensive line. As we know, when the ball is won and we've regained possession, the defence will tend to bypass the midfield and get the ball forward, where our strikers are going to be hovering up there, our attacking midfielders are going to be up there, and we're going to create a few opportunities, I'm sure of it. So that high press with a direct style, with a defensive lower line, we've got that defensive stability. We're looking disciplined at the back, but we're also going to cause a lot of problems up the other end of the field as well. When it comes to triggering the press, we are going to do it more often, where we know, once again, our attacking four, our front four are going to press high up the field, and hopefully that then they have to try and play through the press, and more often than not, they're going to have to go long. But if they do break through the press, we've then got a solid back line of the back four and the two defensive midfielders that are going to sit in and shield the defence. So if they do get through the lines, we've definitely got a lot of cover and we could defend our goal at all costs. On the tackling, it wouldn't be a Nottingham Forest setup. It wouldn't be a Nuno setup if we wasn't getting stuck in. So absolutely, we want to fly into a few tackles, leave a mark on a few players, hopefully win the ball. But yeah, this is I think a must. They definitely put their self around on the pitch, and the opposition knows they're there. On the defensive line, they are going to drop off more. We don't want to step in too far up the field. We know we want that defensive stability, so drop off more out of possession. Really going to work well for us, I hope. Now, regarding trapping the opposition, we're going to look to knock them out wide, get them out as wide as we can towards the touchline, try and stop them crosses if possible. But if they're out wide, we'll really then just force them to dump it into the box where we've got two big centre halves, whether it's Morato, whether it's Milenkovic, whether it's Murillo. We've got some real power in there. Not only that, you've got the two defensive midfielders, whether that's Yates, whether it's Sangare, whether it's Elliot Anderson, that are going to come back in, drop in and help the defenders at every opportunity possible. So the whole tactical team approach, in my opinion, looks very, very similar to how they're playing in real life. We've got that defensive stability. Then we've also got our clinical, powerful, speedy, pacey people up the top end of the field. On the individual player roles, the goalkeeper is just going to be a goalkeeper defend. We take fewer risks. And so far this season, errors leading to goals at the back for Nottingham Forest is 0. Now on the fullbacks, they're both set at wing-back support, Moreno and Oleana. The only things we have added to them is take more risks, run wide with the ball and stay wider. We know they stretch the play. We know they're going to get a lot of the width going forward as they progress at the field, with the attacking midfielders left and right, both sitting narrow, drawing in the fullbacks. There's definitely going to be space. There's definitely going to be opportunities to get forward, but then that in turn, our defensive midfielders will look to drop back in and solidify that defence. So both the left back and the right back identical on what they're doing, and I think they're really going to create some chances as they go forward. Now the two centre backs are both set on central defender, defend, and the only thing added to them is more direct passing. We know we're going to look to bypass the midfield, taking 0 chances at the back, but as Nottingham Forest are flexible in their approach as they go forward, I didn't want to opt for a more direct passing because they were forced to really go long every time. It is standard, so if a ball does come available and we can play out from the back and there is a short ball line to any of the centre midfielders, we will take it. But like we said, more often than not, we are going to look to be more direct in what we're doing. Now the two centre midfielders, both set on defensive midfielder support. We don't want to be nothing fancy, taking any risks. So both of these have take fewer risks, hold positions, tackle harder and stay wider. So they are sitting in there covering the back two. But as our wing backs do progress forward, looking to link up play, create opportunities going forward, they will be able to drift out wide left there and also drift out wide right, offering that cover and really putting it into a back four once again as the fullbacks get forward. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that works in the middle of the park for us. Now on the left and right side of our attacking midfield, they're both set on inside forward support, and the only thing we have added to them is sit narrower, close down more, really creating a central three there, linking up play with Gibbs White. We know that Wood is going to drop back, drawing out defenders, which may well then create space behind for our guys to run in. We know the power, we know the quality in this Nottingham Forest team, and I think we're going to get the very, very best out of them, dropping in a little bit more centrally, once again creating that space out wide as both the fullbacks do push forward. Now in the attacking midfield, our central role brings us to Morgan Gibbs White. What a player and what a season he's having so far. Really epitomises everything good about what Nottingham Forest are doing so far this season. The instructions we have added to him as take more risks, roam from position, move into channels and close down more. Now all 4 of our attacking players are going to press together. They're going to press aggressively, either forcing the opposition to go long with the ball, or they're forced to play through us, which in turn then could create some mistakes. We could turn over possession, and we're in a fantastic position on the field then to pounce on any mistakes made. But Morgan Gibbs White is going to be crucial to what we're doing, linking up play with Chris Wood, also linking up play with the wide players, dropping into some pockets and really causing some problems for the opposition. And the tip of the spear for Nottingham Forest is none other than Chris Wood, or what I like to call him, WOODINHO. What a season this guy is having, whether it's a chance with his head, with a ball at his feet. He's been clinical, he's been potent. What a player and what a season so far. Now he is going to be in that Harry Kane role, as I like to call it, in a deep line forward position. He's on a support role. The additional instructions are roam from position, and of course the Nottingham Forest way of tackle harder. He's going to drop in a little bit deeper, drop into pockets of space, get the ball to his feet. We know how strong he is. He's physical, will terrorise defences, will link up play, really, really nice. But when he's in the box, if a chance does arrive, more often than not, he's going to take it. So how will we fare with my interpretation of this Nuno Espirito Santo'S setup at Nottingham Forest? Can we replicate what they're doing in real life? And bear in mind, guys, there's going to be people out there that think Forest play a little bit different to how I set it up. But let me emphasise this now. This is just my interpretation of how they play. But feel free, guys, in the comments, drop anything down there you would have done slightly differently. So there's the setup, there's the tactic. How will this get on? We're going to simulate it now. I will see you at the end of the season. Is it going to be a masterclass, or is it going to be a disaster class? So with the simulation complete, we come back after 38 games with Nuno Espirito Santo'S setup here at Nottingham Forest. And what a season it has been, finishing in 5th position, qualifying for the Europa League, only 5 points shy of Champions League spaces. With this setup, 21 wins, 12 draws and only the 5 losses across the course of the season. I'm really emphasising how good this tactic is. It's been fantastic in the Premier League, but in the domestic cup competitions as well, getting to the quarter-final of the FA Cup, but ultimately falling short and going out to Newcastle United, and then in the Carabao Cup, getting through to the semi-final and unfortunately losing to Arsenal. Across the course of the season, we expected to see goals, and we expected us to be potent in front of the sticks, and it proved to be the case, getting 82 goals across the campaign, outscoring everybody except Aston Villa. So really firing on all cylinders. And everyone says you have to have possession to win football games. Not the case at all. Man City got 61%, but us at the other end of the scale, only 38%, joint bottom on the average possession. But it doesn't matter. It's what you do with the ball when you've got it. And as we expected, we were going to be clinical up front, and they've delivered all across the field. Crosses completed, we got 183. Goals from corners, we actually got 11, 4th best in the league. And if you look at this, non-penalty expected goals, top of the tree there at number 1. And non-penalty expected goals per 90, top of the tree once again. But how did we fare defensively with this setup? Goals allowed, we was in 4th position, only shipping in 42 across 38 games. So defensively, we was absolutely shutting teams down. We were aggressive in the defensive part of the field as well. We say that defensive at the top end of the field, leading by example from the front to the back. 977 tackles won. Possession won more than anybody in the entire league. More interceptions than anyone in the entire league. So all the attacking players done their job, the defenders certainly done theirs as well, with a little bit of help from the centre midfielders sitting in, breaking up play, and just what we wanted them to do, to sit in and shield our goal. Absolutely superb team performance. Now, some of the top performers throughout the Premier League season, just as we expected, the main man for us, everything good comes through Morgan Gibbs-White. He's delivered that with an average rating of 7.29. Moreno, Wood, Oleina, Callum Hudson-Odoi all stepping in to the fold, doing absolutely superb, and even Sangare there having a fantastic rating in the defensive midfielder area. On the goals, we can see that Morgan Gibbs-White absolutely putting them home for fun. 18 goals. Hudson-Odoi, Awaniyi, Chris Wood, Jota Silva, everybody chipping in. And on the assist, we can see how important them fullbacks were. We said they were going to get forward. We said they were going to get space with our attacking midfielders on the left and right, dropping a little bit more centrally. They've duly delivered. 14 for Moreno, 10 for Oleina, and chipping in with a few goals as well. So overall, we wanted to see solid defensive work. We've got that. They defended very well as a team, as a unit. At the other end of the field, we wanted to see how potent we could be with our front four, and boy, have they delivered. Plenty of goals, and the tactic we've set up has done exactly what we wanted it to do, and I really feel we've matched Nuno Espirito Santo'S set up to a T and managed to recreate this into an absolute banger on Football Manager. So I feel we've ticked every box on this setup. Did we defend well? Tick that box. Absolutely superb. Did the midfielders shield the defence? Tick that box. Yes, they did. Did our fullbacks bomb forward, create opportunities? Yes, they did. Did all of our attackers do their job? Absolutely, down to an absolute T. If you've enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. And of course, yes, subscribe to the channel. We've got loads of cool content coming out over the next few weeks and months. Do not miss it. You guys know the drill. Peace out, and I will see you next time.